helpful for this series to have someone that does not know how to fish.
That's right, because we're here teaching kids how to fish. We've got somebody who has the expertise of a kid and the innocence of a kid.
Oh, that's me too.
So, guys, stick around. Today's episode, we're going to move towards equipment to use when you're working with a kid fishing, when you're teaching a kid to fish, or a novice on how to fish. And so we're going to talk about some of the equipment to use. Stick around, guys. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher.
I'm Megan Fuller.
And so we're teaching kids how to fish. This is the second installment in our series about teaching kids to fish. And like I said, we're going to be talking about the equipment to use.
Well, Mark, before you get into that, I just want to remind everybody to please hit the subscribe button if you like this content. Push the like button. And if you've taught kids how to fish or have any ideas, please leave a comment.
Absolutely. We appreciate that, and we're getting very close to having 2,000 subscribers. We're getting close to our 200th episode, 2,000 subscribers. Lots of twos. Twos are wild here.
It's exciting.
Okay? All right. So let's move on to this equipment. We all started fishing with the Zebco 404. That's the push button kind of thing. Remember
that.
What was your pole that you
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse pole. But it had a little Zebco reel where you push the button, you made your cast, you took your thumb off the button, and the bait went out.
Yep.
And that's a great way to start. And again, I don't think I need to teach that because everybody starts that way. But this is what I want to make sure that we're getting to. When you start moving a person, a child or a novice, up to a spinning reel, okay, what I recommend is going with Shimano. Shimano has 4 different levels of spinning reels that have this trigger system on that. And so what that means is when the person pulls the trigger, they're automatically picking up the line with their, move it this way so that you can see, they're automatically picking up the line with their finger when they pull the trigger. It's just generalizing that whole, Megan, when I use my reels that I have, I have to pick up the line with my finger, open the bail manually, and now I'm ready to cast.
Okay.
But when you, as a novice, pull that trigger, you're opening the bail right there, and you have the line on your finger automatically. So it's starting that process. So you're learning what it feels like to have that line on your finger. You're learning that, yes, the bail has to be open in order for me to make the cast. And these Shimano products teach that. And so Shimano actually makes 3 or 4 different versions of this trigger spinning reel system. They've got the IX model. That's the cheapest version. It's like about a $19 reel. Then you can move up to the Syncopate version. Now you're talking about a metal frame, and that's probably about a $35 reel. And then you can move up to, they actually have a Spyrex version, and you guys know that Spyrex line of spinning reels, you're getting into a pretty decent reel, and it's about a $60, $70 version, but it still has the trigger on it. So you're able to move up in quality of reels and still have that trigger on it.
Well, I would think that wouldn't it be nice if you're taking away a lot of extra steps?
It's believe me, I used this type of a spinning reel for a long time. I was in high school and still used it just because I got used to it and it was easy, and I still had all the benefits of, you know, throwing a spinning reel instead of, you know, doing a little Zebco thing. So yeah.
And like you could use it for as of now, and you're like, I still use it in high
No,
school.
I don't use it now, but I used it when I was in high school.
Okay.
So let's show you how to actually move from, okay, now I got this, but have you ever use this kind of reel at all. Okay,
Nope.
so we're going to show you how quickly you can learn with this. So we've set this, you're lefty,
I'm
so we've
left-handed.
kind of set this up this way. And all I want you to do, here, we'll kind of get on this side of the camera.
Okay.
And I want you to grab it. I'm going to lower the camera a little bit so that we can actually see what you're doing. And so now what I want you to do is pull the trigger, but by pulling the trigger, you're gonna, there you go, you picked up the line. And you notice, and we talked about this a little bit before, but you have about, what, a half a rod's length of line out. You're maybe a little long there for the next time you do it, but that's okay. And now all I want you to do is kind of back cast a little bit, and then you're going to point where you want your bait to go. And is that pretty much where you wanted it to go?
Oh,
It looks like it, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and reel it up.
Okay. This is kind of fun.
Yeah. And what we're going to do, because like what we do with everything,
Make it more complicated somehow?
well, we're going to not make it more complicated, but what we're going to do is make it fun.
Oh, yay.
Okay. All right. So now what we've done is we've put a little rug out there, and when you can do, I've just did this on the fly right now, but normally what I would do is either put a blanket or hula hoops or a bucket or something like that. And so now what we want you to do is we want you to, how close can you get to that carpet right now? Okay, so go ahead and make a cast, because now picture yourself, you're in a boat and you're fishing and you want to get to that little hole in the lily pads. Okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and try and make your cast. That's not bad. You were probably, I don't know, 2 yards off of it, something like that. Maybe 3 yards off of it. Again. And again, I would start, if I was starting with a kid, I would start with maybe a beach blanket, you know, so that the target was
Bigger?
much bigger. I started you off with something that's probably second to the smallest that I would do with a kid. I would literally get to the point where it was like a paper plate at some point, but not to begin with. You're already, look at that! Woo! Leave it right there and let's see where you actually landed. Go ahead and reel it tight, but don't reel it up. Look at that right there. This is the blanket, and there's your bait right here. Look at that. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right. So you can see, you know, if we had this yard filled with hula hoops and blankets, and then we put some paper plates and things like that, we could end up, absolutely. And you know, we had a couple of grandkids around here with this. We could spend a half hour doing casting practice where they were here making casts. Oh, I got one in the hula hoop. I got it on the blanket. I did this. I got it on the paper plate. And all of this practice that we're doing here would set them up to be like, when can we go out on the boat? When can we go fishing? When can we do this, right?
I am kind of already thinking about that now. We've been doing this for 8 months, and this is the first time that I'm like, ooh, can I go on the boat with you?
Yeah, right. We've been doing this video
this
stuff.
YouTube for,
But but we've been doing this for 8 minutes.
Right.
And you're already like, oh, when can I go fishing? And that's the point, guys. You do this kind of stuff. Not only is it great, healthy stuff for kids to do, you're not on the water, you're not fishing.
Right.
But they're not in there playing video games.
Right.
And they're not in there going, oh, I don't know what to do and things like that.
I'm
Come
so
on out,
bored.
let's go practice fishing a little bit. You get to do something you love. You get to start investing your kids in getting into it as well, and they are now ready to go. When can we go out on the water and do this? So, guys, teach a kid how to fish. Use these techniques. Use this equipment. We're going to talk more. We've got more things to talk about in terms of ways to get them more hooked in, strategies and things like that. So we'll keep doing this. We got another one next Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow on another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors.
Stay channeled.
Take care, everybody.